Welcome to your introduction video to digital marketing, where we are going to help you unlock your online potential. So in this video, we are going to go over a brief introduction of digital marketing and some of the things that you guys are going to be learning over the course of this training. Some of those things include the importance of digital marketing, the types of digital marketing, understanding your audience, developing a marketing strategy, measuring your success, in the future of digital marketing. Now, let's go ahead and just dive right in and start out with what is digital marketing. So digital marketing is the action that you will take online to represent your brand. This is an effort for you to gain more awareness and drive more conversions. Think digital marketing, but strictly online. Websites, social media, search engine marketing, etc. So why is digital marketing so important? Well, you've probably decided recently to become an online business owner, or maybe you've already had a professional service and you're just looking to get more information out there about it. Or perhaps you are just starting to sell some kind of a digital product. Maybe you have a physical product and you're trying to sell it on a Shopify store. Doesn't really matter. All right. No matter what it is, marketing is going to be the source of your business's growth. We call that scaling. All right. Digital marketing offers you the ability to reach targeted audiences for less costs than traditional marketing outlets, which is what makes it so important, because so many people are online and so many people can see what it is that you have to offer. You want to be able to take advantage of a low cost marketing outlet. Speaking of cost, let's talk about two of our favorite reasons to use digital marketing: cost effectiveness. And though you can hire professionals to do the service for you, they can get kind of costly, but don't worry. Digital marketing is never going to be the cost of traditional marketing, and it is something that you can personally learn to do yourself. Real-time tracking of data is probably the most important aspect of marketing. How is your campaign performing? What does your audience want to hear? What changes can you make to reach more people while you're doing your campaigns? Those are questions that the data are going to be able to answer. And with digital marketing, you don't have to wait until the campaign is completed to be able to review that data. It's all in real time. 98% of marketers agree that social media has the highest return on investment. Social media is one of the most widely used and widely agreed upon digital marketing outlets. All right. And when's the last time that you have seen this many people agree on one thing at the exact same time? This is why we promote social media marketing, because if it is done right, it does work. So what are the types of digital marketing that you guys are going to learn throughout this course? Well, we're going to go over websites. Websites are your digital home, and this is where you are able to showcase your brand story, products, services, and have ownership over your brand's content. Social media. This is where you can engage. Social media lets you engage with your audience and listen to their needs and concerns. You can also share important updates, and then you can continue to listen to their responses about those updates. We call this portion social listening. SEO, that's search engine optimization. This is probably your best tool for getting organic website traffic and social views. Knowing the right thing to say can make all the difference. That is why we will be definitely going over keyword research. SEM is search engine marketing. Search engine marketing does cost, and if you're able to afford it, then it can boost your awareness campaigns. This allows you to rank at the top of SERPs, which are search engine results page. Official marketing channels include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Craigslist, Reddit, anywhere that you can put your information online so that it can be found by potential customers. The reason I bring up social media specifically is because we are going to be utilizing a lot of social media throughout this course. This training is specifically to help you guys learn how to digitally market yourself by utilizing a website, a funnel, and social media to be able to generate awareness that leads to conversions. Other marketing options that help you increase your engagement are going to be email marketing, content marketing, and display advertising. Now, display advertising does cost, and we're going to cover that last, but let's talk about email marketing and content marketing very briefly. Email marketing is a form of digital marketing that you can use to communicate anything you want to targeted customers. These could be customers that have left maybe a cart half full, they've walked away from it. Maybe they are return customers. Maybe they're very loyal customers. It doesn't really matter. Your campaign just has to be well planned and well thought out to target the right customer with the right deal or the right update. Content marketing. This goes strictly with social media. Though I can walk that back a little bit and say that content can go on your website, but that is a completely different style of content marketing that we will talk about later on in the trainings. But for now, let's focus on social media. You use content marketing to attract and retain customers by sharing relevant and engaging content on social media platforms. Now, we are going to cover this here in a minute and go into a little bit more detail about building better and more relevant content. And finally, we have display advertising. Again, this is a paid option. You can buy space on somebody's website. You could potentially trade space, but that's completely up to you how you want to move forward with it. And then, of course, video content like on YouTube. You can pay to have your ads ran before or during other people's YouTube performance. Who is your target audience? Now, guys, this one is probably going to be one of the most difficult tasks, especially if you have never done it before and this is your first time identifying a target audience. But it is one of the most important aspects to marketing your brand, and it is essential for business growth. So what are you looking for? Well, we're going to be looking for a few things. We're going to be looking for gender, location, and age groups. And of course, we are going to be looking for more things, but we're going to go into that later on in the trainings and be a little bit more detailed. For now, let's keep this an introduction. Knowing your gender of the audience is going to help you determine your tone and voice. You don't want to talk to a woman the same way you might talk to a man. You don't want to talk to a man the same way you might talk to a woman. You don't want to talk to this group of men and women the same way you might talk to an individual man or woman. There are so many different ways that you can speak to groups of people, and you have to know what kind of a tone or voice you need to take with them. Location. Identifying the location of an audience can help you tremendously. Are they urban? Are they rural? Are they renters? Are they homeowners? Each one of these groups of people have different pains with different problems and require different solutions. Age groups. How old are they? Now, I get it. Not everybody really cares about age. Age is just a number, whatever the case may be, but I'm here to tell you that age is extremely important because it will let you know where those people are online. Different social platforms have different demographics. There are some that are more female heavy, and that age range is 34 to 48, right? There are some that are more 16 to 28, and it's a little bit of a mixture of both. Some of them are more heavy towards men. It just depends. You have to be able to do your research so that you can identify where your target audience is primarily at. Now, this information can help you out with a few things. Engagement and sales. If you see a decrease in engagement, you are inevitably going to see a decrease in sales. So now you need to look at the data that is about your target audience and the data that your target audience is giving back to you. And that way you can figure out how to increase engagement, thus leading to more sales. Higher click-through rates versus the time of day. It might not occur to you, but the time of day is extremely important. Where one person might be on their phone at 10:30 in the morning, another person might not even know their phone exists at 10:30 in the morning. So knowing your target audience and when they're using their phones the most is going to be a huge asset to being able to post at the most convenient times. thus increasing your engagement and increasing the likelihood of that person clicking through and following your call to action. Finally, you have reach and engagement. If you see your engagement decreasing, it might be time that you look into expanding your target audience. This way you can increase your reach and touch more people who might be interested in what it is you have to offer. Branding. We're only going to talk about 3 aspects of branding in this introduction video, but understand that there is a lot more to unpack. But for now, we will start with visual style, voice, and niche. So picking your visual style is what you guys are going to show off to the world around you. This includes typography, colors, logo, graphic designs, and anything else that can visually represent your brand. Your voice is everything that you should have already as a person. This is your tone and your voice, and it needs to be consistent so that it sends a cohesive message. Do not overthink this part. The reason I say that you should already have this is because if you could just think about how you communicate with friends and family, that's how you are going to communicate with your audience. Your niche. This one is so important. It's a hill that I will always be willing to die on. Carpentry, health, wealth, all those things have subcategories, and those subcategories typically have subcategories within themselves. Narrowing your niche down to as sub of a category as you can possibly get will help you to narrow your message and be more specific when talking to your target audience. This is going to come in extremely helpful whenever you start trying to market yourself online. So how do you solidify your brand's online presence? Well, this is where marketing strategies come into play. And while we are going to go over more marketing strategies, we are going to cover one that is going to be extremely beneficial to you because it is the most important. And honestly, in personal experience and opinion, it is the foundation to most every single campaign you are going to run. Stay in front of your audience. You have to be relevant, you have to be noticed, and you have to get more from it. If you can learn how to stay in front of your audience by posting consistently, posting cohesively, and managing your online reputation, you will see an increase in traffic and sales. But what better way to do this than by creating better and more relevant content? The best way to look at your content is to look at it as a presentation that you are providing potential customers about your online brand. This also could be a physical brand or a product or whatever, but we're going to talk about it from the perspective of an online brand just in this moment, and then we can expand into other categories later. But this is generally the same concept. So to create a stunning presentation of your online brand, it is super important that you guys simplify your thoughts. Simplifying your thoughts and putting it down on paper, specifically in an outline form. Outline your topics, and then in those topics, you want to identify the highlights. These are the highlights of things that you want to touch on when speaking to your targeted audience. It could be something as simple as you picked carpentry, and then you want to go into hand carving, and then you want to go into Japanese hand carving, and specifically tools for Japanese hand carving, then techniques for Japanese hand carving, right? So there are so many different ways that you can go about it. But if you can start with your general niche and then outline everything underneath it into categories and then highlight the most important and most relevant of those topics so that you can then deliver better, more relevant content to your targeted audience. And this really and truthfully works with any single subject that you plan on discussing. Finally, let's cover the future. The future has a lot coming at us. We've got Web3, we've got virtual reality. Currently, we're going through data privacy and restrictions, better and more powerful tools, and obviously AI is sweeping the floor with grabbing everyone's attention. So what does this mean for digital marketing? Well, with virtual reality and Web3, we're going to have a completely different field to be able to market ourselves digitally and even interact with our current targeted audience and our current maintained and loyal audience. Data restrictions and data privacy laws are becoming more and more strict. So learning how to create surveys that people want to take is going to be most beneficial whenever it comes to you getting enough information to be able to give the right message to your potential customers. With the more and powerful tools that are coming out, you don't need much to be successful. You don't have to buy a $2,000 mic. You don't have to buy a $2,000 computer. You don't have to buy a $1,000 iPad or iPhone. The cameras and the quality of computers are just getting better. You can get away with using the budget round and still make quality content. And the more we see better and more powerful tools coming to the market, it just makes their job that much easier. Finally, you got AI, the most useful assistant I've ever seen in my entire life. This is probably my favorite tool right now because it really helps me out in a lot of different categories. If I'm having a brain just freeze and I'm not coming up with anything good, it helps me come up with something good. It can help me write. It can check my work. It can even help me if I'm stuck with code. ChatGPT and other AI sources like it are just phenomenal. And they're going to be the future of how people interact with the internet when searching for information, thus changing the way that we as marketers of our own personal brands are going to have to change the way we reach those audiences. That is it for now, guys. We are totally excited that you guys are here, and we can't wait to continue to grow and learn together as a community. Please enjoy the next trainings, and guys, let's go out there and let's design dreams together.